Okay folks, this is the first video of the Hyperlight installation. You can see here that Hyperlights are already installed, but I just wanted to show you the Hyperlights themselves initially. They come in the packet, 2 Hyperlights, and on each Hyperlight there is a gray wire that you will eventually snake through into the rear section of the motorcycle. I don't know if I'm gonna get in that there. Let's see. There's the Hyperlight, there's the wire. Also, the other components that come with the Hyperlight kit are these little nifty devices called Positaps. That red device there. And 2 more over here. And these other nifty devices called Posi Twists that are twisting together the blue wires and the brown wires. And then the other main component is the module, which I have just stuck to the back rear section of the motorcycle, of course beneath the seat and out of sight. And from that module there's a gray wire that snakes along the back of the motorcycle and is attached to this Positap here. In order to do that, follow the instructions. Essentially strip the gray wire a couple of centimeters and then slip it right in there. And then the Positap, you'll have to attach it to the white wire with the green stripe, or green wire with a white stripe, however you want to look at it. Again, following the instructions on how to work with this Positap device. So that was step 1 for me, is to attach the gray wire and then attach the Positap to the green wire with the white stripe. That was step 1. Now step 2 for me was to identify the wiring harness going to the rear of the bike, which begins here. And what I had to do, and you'll see in the other video, is to strip an inch or 2 of that wiring harness, which was, you had to do with some trepidation because you didn't want to cut the wires. And then attach the black and the red wire that come from the Hyperlight control module to the corresponding wires along the wiring harness with the Positaps. So that was step 2. And then step 3 was to actually install the Hyperlights themselves. With a mounting bracket that you attach to the rear of the license plate. This metal bracket that you can see protruding on the end there, and then over here behind the key, right there. And then sticking the Hyperlights to the mounting bracket, and then snaking the wire, as I mentioned earlier, into the rear section of the bike. I just stuck it right up there past those pannier mounting tubes. Pretty simple. And then next was to, well, at this point what I did was I finally stuck that module on there and then stripped the brown wires. They were coming from the Hyperlights and from the module, and the blue wires coming from the Hyperlight and the modules. and connected them with those posi twists, following the instructions that came with the Hyperlite kit. And lastly, you just tuck everything away, make sure the seat fits in there nicely, get it out of sight. These posi tabs in that little recess right there. I need to do a better job. I just put some electrical tape on there temporarily. I'm going to get some better tape, fiber reinforced tape that they have along here, along the wiring harness, and do a better job of protecting that. And there you have it. I connected there to the module. The module wires together. Well, you can't see that now. I tucked that out of the way. But you can see the black and the red wire from the module coming. They're attached to the posi tabs, attached to the corresponding wires that are in this wiring harness. There you go. Hyperlites.